All right, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. What's going on, guys? Let me get to the camera here. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another stream, and this is already fucked. Whoops. Anyway, that's annoying. I don't know why that's like that. Make sure the screen sharing is not fucked. Okay. Why does this look more zoomed in than yesterday, guys? Am I like going crazy? Like I swear I'm going crazy over here. Maybe I'm going nuts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the stream yesterday was a lot farther away. Okay, I'm not tripping. All right, let's see if this works. All right, I think we're good. I think we're chilling. All right, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, guys. Maybe this is why. Maybe I was like over more. I don't know. This setup is interesting. Temporary, guys, but I'm trying to get to a spot that's like decent. Okay. So, I have a lot to cover today. We are going to finish the rest of the Tate interview with Jack Neal. We are going to get into a little bit more that kind of broke today with the Tates and the hearings and things like that. I think they're getting seen again by a judge next Monday, so the 27th. So, that will be interesting. I know they're fighting extradition. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be, I don't know. It's gonna be nuts. But we will be here to cover it all. We are live on Kick right now and YouTube. YouTube will be going down shortly. This is just there to migrate all of you over from YouTube to Kick. Kick is the home base of yours truly here at Standin On Pod. Let's just get right into it because okay. I think this camera is way more fucked than yesterday. I don't know what happened. All right, so let's cover the Tate stuff. We're gonna do rest of the interview if you guys want. We're gonna cover a little bit of like the legal proceedings stuff. There is a Manosphere, one anti-Manosphere versus 20 Manosphere guys. Jubilee did this thing. I probably should show you. I don't know why I'm not showing you. So this thing that Jubilee does, it's like a 20v1. It was this guy over here in the middle is like anti-Manosphere, and then the rest of the guys are Manosphere guys. Now, we'll see how well the rest of these guys articulate themselves, but I'm not exactly, what's the word? Feeling good about it. So we're going to break all that down. That will be later here in the stream, not too long from now. But for now, we are going to get into the rest of the Tate Jack Neal interview until I just get tired of it, which we're almost done with it. I think we're halfway through. And then let me see here. Sorry, guys. There's like a lot. I'm literally in a freaking spaceship right now. So that will be what we're going to cover. And then obviously some red pill stuff with, women being women. And yeah, let me make sure I have that up too, because this is going to get very interesting. So where is it? Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna cover this right away. So, Alix Earle released this like TikTok, and you guys know that is like arch nemesis one over here for maybe a few reasons, maybe not. But I saw this and I just couldn't believe the level of main character. Like there is main character energy, and then there's just like a completely whole different level that goes beyond it. That's what you guys are about to see here. This is absolutely nuts. Oh my god. I don't even want to play the sound. I'm gonna be pissed. All right, guys. So clearly, Alix Earle posts this thing in a committed relationship with myself. All right. So, gentlemen, I need you guys to understand, because a lot of you here are going to be newer and coming to our stream here. I know you guys are used to us just uploading videos and things we've been doing for the last 7 years almost, which is nuts. Well, we're into year 7 now, which is crazy. See, the problem isn't Alix Earle. It's not the problem. It's millions and millions and millions of other women that have the same mindset as her. Huge problem. How do I know this? Well, you're here watching my show. 1. 2, all of you have probably dealt with a girl like this in your life before. And it's disastrous. At least with her, she's like not even hiding it. She's just coming out in plain sight being like, hey, look at me, I'm the main character. And it's pretty brutal. But this right here, like in a committed relationship with myself, any guy, and I know she hasn't just pushed off dating forever. Any guy, maybe some of you eligible bachelors out there, you have your life together, you're a good person, you are good at your family, you have your life together, all these, things. And I would argue girls like this are never going to be actually ever happy. But the reason I bring this up and the reason I show this here at the beginning is because a lot of you may be dealing with a girl just like this right now. Huge problem. Now, it may take you a while to figure this out. You may not be as good as kind of figuring out the context clues and reading into things. That comes with time, as we know. But yeah, this isn't even like main character energy anymore. This is something that is so much so much just beyond anything main character. This is just yeah, I mean, she's not even like yeah, it's cooked, man. I mean, look, I know that there are some good girls out there, of course. I know that's the last thing you guys want to hear. But this right here, this plague of, smoke and mirrors and everything about you being deception. I mean, look, the study that came out where it was 60% of Gen Z men have left the dating market, just left, because they're looking at it like, well, there's A, no incentive for me to be a part of this. B, this is a huge liability for my reputation. And then C, you have to do so much vetting through friends, through social media presence, through all of this. And you guys know the struggle. I do too. Good luck finding one that checks all the boxes and is attractive enough. And I don't want to be Black Pill. I don't want to be Doomsday. I'm just, as I've always been, very real with you guys. And a lot of people don't like the, what's the word? Phrase, brutal and harsh truth. Because it is a complete different reality to the delusional world in which they're living in. This is not covering this because of her. Who cares? It's millions of other women that have been infected with this mind virus. I'm the main character. Ladies, I'm going to give you some game right now for those of you that are here, and those of you that are here that are higher IQ. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you want to get married, you want to have children, you want to have a fulfilling life, because this social media stuff, all this stuff is a fugazi. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's gone. Now, what does matter is finding someone you can spend your life with, you can have a fulfilling life with, and hopefully have children with if that's what you want. I know that's not what everyone wants, and a lot of these girls clearly don't want that. It's like they've almost sold their soul to a demonic, satanist, whatever the word is, type of energy. And there's no getting this kind of girl back. So, yeah, the game for you women, and I got, sorry, I'm kind of doing the, what the hell is it called? the thing that Trump does where he like talks about one thing, loops around, and then comes back. I just have so much to say on this topic. And it's nice to be here with you guys on the stream, by the way, where I can like screen share and go through it, and hopefully it looks all right. But yeah, ladies, I'm just going to give you some free game right now. Don't ever do anything like this. Don't ever talk like this, etc. Because what men are going to do is they're just going to put you in the sex only category. Oh my God, Ant, that's so fucked up. Why would you? Fuck it. 100% of men that you women deal with today, if they're straight, they have a working dick, and they have normal testosterone, all have the same exact views as me. The difference is that, well, I just don't care because I don't need to give you a filtered version of myself to get a certain outcome from you. Now, most guys have to. Most guys have to sell you a dream, promise you all these things. A lot of you women have dealt with this before, and to some of the women here that are older, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you that are closer to 30 now, that have had relationships, been with men, etc., almost all of them have lied to you to get a certain outcome. Translation, sex. And that's been the game for a long time, of course. You women know it. You kind of like love it. You love the fuck boy. You love the chase, and a lot of you do. Of course, there's pockets of women that don't, but again, we generalize here because we can have a high enough IQ to critically think and to separate a generalization from a specific person and or thing. That's another conversation. I got to get into it too. But yeah, ladies, don't do this. Don't ever, like this main character shit, in a committed relationship with myself, any guy that has his life together, that is looking to build, to have a family, etc., the last thing that we want to hear is you're in a committed relationship with myself, because that sounds the alarm in our brain to be like, oh yeah, she doesn't need me for anything. And I put a post out about this recently, and I have to find it, where basically I just said, when a woman doesn't need, air quote, but like real quote here, when a woman doesn't need a man, she will not do what is required to keep the man. Let me say that again because I want you guys to hear that. A woman must have the energy of, I need XYZ guy. Otherwise, it is impossible for her to do what is required to keep the guy. Because you can say, well, no, I want the guy, I want this, I want that. Fantastic. We want a lot of things. But the position of, oh, I want something versus, oh, no, I need something are two different energies. Two completely different energies. And I'm speaking for a lot of men here because I've heard this over the years. I speak the cold, hard, honest, and brutal truth. Because why else would I sit here and speak about this? I am telling you how 100% of men that are straight, have a working dick, and have normal testosterone think. Now, I actually even believe sometimes that, and I got the chat going up here now too. By the way, shout out to you guys for being here. It is late night, 1:30 in the morning. We are here on the night train. We're going to start going live earlier, but you know, getting the streaming shit set up and things like that, it's difficult. But fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. But basically, yeah, your boy cooked again.
That was easy.
So, yeah. Fuck, I really forgot what I was going to say. This is where I need the chat to come in. I have so much going on right now. I got a spaceship. I'm trying to figure out everything that's happening. But yeah, guys, I wanted to show you this video to educate you again more on like just female nature and understanding how they move. But ultimately, she needs to have the energy with you of, oh no, I need you, versus I want you. Because when she wants you, it's okay, yeah, maybe I'll want you 80% of the time. But then when she doesn't get her way, pick up my ball and go home. That's what a lot of them do. So when they have the energy of, oh no, I need this guy, and they can feel safe enough with you, that's another conversation. A lot of men nowadays, you guys, and there's a lot of reasons for it, but you kind of gave up, or you're not really working hard, you're kind of lazy. Let me just say it, you're fucking lazy. A lot of you here at Ant Digital and at Earle Consulting over the last 7-ish months now, we've been hiring like crazy. I've been a part of the final interview process for a lot of people. It's been great. We've been doing a great job. However, I'm also seeing how stupid a lot of fucking people are. And my biggest pet peeve is dealing with stupid people. And as much as I can criticize women, I can also criticize men for not stepping up to the plate, being lazy, etc. And you got to be the man that she can feel safe and say, you know what? I'm going to give all of my energy to this and be like, yeah, I need you. But the reality is nowadays with them making their own money and them thinking that education matters, their money matters, title matters, it really doesn't matter. Oh my God, Ant, that's just so fucked up, by the way. That's blackmail. But Ant, that's so messed up. Like, what are you talking about? That's how most men think, by the way, too. Hate to break it to you, but we just don't care. Because, like, we have it. So, like, you guys look for different things. We look for different things. That's what makes this unison, togetherness of a relationship work so well. When you have two people doing the same job all the time, it doesn't work. This egalitarian 50-50 mindset doesn't work in relationships. And hey, by the way, these women will tell you they don't even want that. Now, they may say that because that's what sounds politically correct. But, yeah, guys, I can tell you right now, that shit's a scam. So we have an epidemic of problem with women and men here too. But ultimately, you need to be very, very mindful of women like this on the screen here because they can quite literally ruin your life. And if you can't recognize this quickly, man, you will find yourself so alone in a relationship. And I would argue there is not many worse feelings in the entire world. So anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here on Kick, kick.com/Standin On Pod. For those of you on YouTube, please come over to Kick. We are going to be migrating to Kick here soon. The YouTube is going to be getting shut off because we're going to be having more of a band conversation, I guess. Just getting the chats up, guys. So, anyway, yeah, that's my breakdown on this individual. But, yeah, she's kind of
stupid.
Anyway. All right, so that's one of the red pill things I wanted to cover. And what else? There's something else here I wanted to cover. This is absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to get into this. We're going to get into the 1 anti-manosphere versus 20 manosphere Jubilee. This is going to be an interesting conversation. We'll cover that on Kick. I want to finish the rest of this Tate stuff here. And I want to make sure that there is not... Let me come back to the main screen. What's up, y'all? By the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are a new channel here. We're going to be building. We're going to be grinding for quite some time, as you guys know. What we've been able to build up between Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and even YouTube with our channel with the pre-recorded episodes and videos over the last 7 years has been great, but this streaming thing is going to be difficult. I will sit here with 3 people in a live, 300 people. I don't care. I just, again, this is part of that process, guys, where you see you got to put the work in. You have to have some sort of intelligence in the space and understanding how to do this. And the other thing, too, is that I would argue, and there's a select few, Myron does this really well, but there is very few people that can cover the topics that we're going to cover. We're going to be doing geopolitical. We're going to be covering current events. We're going to be covering pop culture. We're going to be covering red pill stuff, women, maybe some sports stuff, too. I know Myron doesn't like that one, but, hey, some of you guys like sports, and I'm a sports guy. As you know, I've done that my whole entire life. So we'll cover that sometimes, but we'll cover more of the pressing stuff, too, on top of anything that you guys want me to cover, anything you guys put me in the chat. Also, if you're on the YouTube, you're on the Kick, if you donate to the show and you send a chat in, I think it's like $1 or something like that, your chat will be read live on the air. So, yeah, you guys can have fun with that. Troll me, hate me, etc. I think I'm also the perfect person for this too, just because like there's not much that's gonna get under my skin because I joke about everything. So I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. But anyway, just guys, when you see me like looking down, I'm checking because I don't know why this fucking camera is so zoomed in today. Am I like slow? Like what's I don't know. I think it crashed out or something. Anyway, we are going to, and I want to make sure I have nothing else to cover. So we covered Alix Earle being a 304. That's not surprising. All right, 2 more red pill videos, and then we're going to get into the Tate stuff and then the Jubilee. So this video is, I saw this on my feed, and I think you guys would find this interesting. Hold up, let me pull this up. It's going to play immediately. I already know. Unless it got deleted. I'm telling you, I got to get on live as soon as I see these videos because they get deleted instantly. Bro, it's not loading. Uh-oh. Bruh. Come on, man. Did they delete? They might have deleted this video. All right. Okay, this is a good video. This is red pill stuff. And then, oh yeah, I got to show you guys this video. So usually I make fun of women for making these TikTok videos where they're crying about their lives and the comments is just a bunch of women giving more women destructive advice. It's absolutely devastating for your ability to get in a relationship, by the way. And I want to make sure I cover this because this is hilarious. Okay, so we'll cover these two, and then we'll get into the Tate stuff and then the Jubilee stuff too. So, all right, I want to show you guys this video because this is actually something I very much agree with. So you can see right here the topic is celebrity crushes while in a relationship. Obviously, I have my perspective on it. I will give it here in about 2 seconds, but let's watch the video first, and then we will cover my POV on this.
To realize that having a celebrity crush while being in a relationship is weird. Like, why do people think that that's genuinely okay to lust and fantasize about a person? Just because somebody's a celebrity does not mean that they're less of a human. So having a crush on a human that in your mind you never have a chance with doesn't take away the fact that if you did have that chance, you would do something.
Stop the show. Guys, a brutal, and the rest of this video is her kind of explaining it. Here's a brutal red pill. If you know a girl right now, maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's somebody you know, not crazy attractive, not ugly, like kind of just like mid. I can tell you this from experience of girls I've spoken with, talked to, the whole deal. They all, if they just have a few pictures up, etc., looking available on social media, whether it's TikTok, but mainly Instagram is where all this is going down, they have offers in their DMs like you'll have no idea. Now, some of you women will hit back at me here and say, well, and a lot of those offers aren't real. And, sorry, losing my train of thought for a second. A lot of those offers aren't real and who knows and blah, blah, blah. I know tons of girls that are just full-blown escorts. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely nuts. And they don't hide it because they're in Ibiza, Dubai, Asia, Miami, coming to see me. At least back in the day, that was an interesting time. But they're seeing like basically guys that have their life together and they're getting essentially funded in a certain way, right? Now, luckily, I don't pay for girls. I couldn't do it. I never wanted to do it. I don't need to do it. That's pretty obvious. But I'll tell you what, a lot of guys do. And I see the perspective on it because you're not paying for them to be there. I mean, you are. But you're paying for them to leave. And a lot of you, this is a too base of a conversation for what a lot of you are prepared for. So I need to kind of drill this in your brain over time and time. But when you have enough experiences dealing with women, and you have your life together and you're running multiple businesses and you have these empires and you have equity and you have all this stuff going on. And then also you got to talk about real estate, which is just a fucking disastrous headache for me. It's another conversation. But you don't have time to sit here and deal with a bunch of bullshit. So, yeah, a lot of these girls are escorts, but let's not make the mistake here. These girls that are average, kind of like this girl on the screen, whatever, she's got NFL players in there, influencers in there, other guys with status in there, etc., offering to fly her to Miami, New York, Dubai, Ibiza, everywhere. And I know tons of girls that take up on that offer. Now, that's dangerous, and you're being a prostitute. I mean, that's quite literally what you're doing. But that's why the celebrity crushes thing can't work. There's no world in which it can work, because average girls have access to very high status guys. However, very high status guys have a lot of trouble just getting average girls. That's a black pill actually for you guys today. And I'm going to steal this line from Myron because this is hilarious. I actually did hear him say this, and it's hilarious. Like, a lot of these girls have access to Future. You know, the rapper? They have access to Future, and they have no future. Yet, you as a guy, you're going to have no future if you don't become Future. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, this celebrity crushes thing is absolutely cooked. If you're dealing with the girl right now and she says she has celebrity crushes, do not take her seriously. Because these girls have a much greater chance, if you any bit decent looking, to get their celebrity crush. Genuinely. And their celebrity crush might not be a Bad Bunny or a Riley Green or whoever girls pick as those things. But it could be, and guess what? Do you want to take that chance? So, yeah, if you already know she has the mentality, here's the other thing, too. If she has the mentality of celebrity crush, you already know what type of time it is. You already know that you're just the placeholder. And that's a huge problem. Huge problem right now. But let's finish the rest of this.
It literally just shows that if the right person came along, you would do something. And then people would get upset if their partner gets upset for them having a celebrity crush and be like, oh my gosh, you're just insecure. But there's definitely a huge difference between insecurities and having boundaries. Because me personally, I don't want my man lusting over another woman, regardless if she is a celebrity or not. Especially speaking.
But what she fails to understand is that her boyfriend, who is probably just an average guy, right? Nothing wrong with that, doesn't have the ability to pull top tier girls. And by the way, why would you? That's another disastrous thing to do. Meanwhile, guys of high status, have their life together, influence, etc., can easily get her. So that's why when guys have problems with, in general, certain things about female behavior, doing XYZ, it's from the angle of like, the woman might not know what she's getting into, but us men know men, and we know the environment. And I really hate when the kickback to that is, oh, well, you should just trust me. You should just inherently trust me. Come on, man. Anytime a girl like adamantly says that,
she belongs to the streets.
It aloud and making it known that he has another crush other than me. Like, I'm sorry. And it's okay to have boundaries in a relationship. Like, if you're not okay with your partner having a celebrity crush, that's okay. You're not crazy for having boundaries and wanting your partner to respect you. And the last thing, the weirdest thing to me, is seeing how women in a relationship act at like their celebrity crushes concert. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. These women bow down. I'm not even gonna say women because a real woman would not do that.
That's another red pill for you guys. She just hit the nail right on the head there. This is a huge problem. And I know a lot of you right now, especially guys here, have a girl by the skin of your teeth. quite literally have a girl by the skin of your teeth. And that's a huge, huge problem. Man. We'll just finish the rest of this.
But these girls literally bow down to their celebrity crush, and it's so embarrassing for their man. And it's really just like the obsession, the fantasizing, reposting them, or just like, I don't know, all around outwardly lusting over a celebrity while being in a relationship is just so weird to me. My partner and I both agree on this, and we don't have celebrity crushes. They're just immature and childish, and I just don't see the importance of having a celebrity crush. Anyways, love you guys.
I actually agree with this girl in this conversation. Now, she may be grifting, she may not be. You guys can't see the comments on the side. Let's see how many fucking women are pissed at her about this one. This one girl says, I'm in enemy territory. Put this on her For You page. Okay, so there's a lot of men in this. Whoops.
When are people going to realize?
Okay. So, yeah, guys, basically, like, if you're dealing with the girl, you need to ask her this question very early on about celebrity crushes. Like, you can just throw it in there. Hey, yeah, like, what are your thoughts on celebrity crushes? Just ask it very chill, very casual, right? If she starts, like, listing off celebrity crushes or certain guys, huge problem. Now, I'm giving you women game right now because you know not to do this. Do not, if you're a woman right now, even if you don't answer the question, don't answer the fucking question. The fastest way for guys to not take you seriously. Because here's the deal. You do really want a guy that could put you in your place, protect you, provide for you, make you feel safe spiritually, physically, and emotionally. That's what you want. So that guy also comes with certain traits that are not the simps that you typically deal with, which is translation why most of you women are single. So as much as people want to come at me saying, man, you're critical of women and you say this and you say that. First of all, I'm telling you the truth, one. And two, I'm giving you constructive criticism. Hey, you should do this. Hey, you should do that. If you listen to me, you'll probably have a good chance of finding a guy to take you seriously and get married. Well, Aunt, I have so many guys that hit me up and DM me and give me attention. There is a huge difference between sexual attention and relationship attention. Let me say that again for you guys in the back. There's a huge difference between sexual attention and relationship attention. And a lot of you women conflate all of your attention into the relationship attention category, even if the guy is selling you the dream of, oh, I want to take you on dates and marry you and blah, 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 and love bomb. It is all to get laid. That's it. So once you women understand the game from that perspective, you're in a much better spot. But until then, you're going to continue making the same mistakes that you do. So this part probably won't get clipped. I hope that it does. But as much as I'm critical of you guys, because I know no one ever has been, right? Your fathers don't say shit. Your brothers are terrified to talk to you. Your uncles don't say shit. You don't really have a male in your life. Some of you women do, and you're great. But a lot of you don't have a male in your life that you can look to as the leader to say, hey, I want my potential husband or boyfriend in the future to have these qualities because my dad has them. And women typically overwhelmingly look for this. So that's why these stereotypes are rooted in a lot of truth. And yeah, that's what we talk about here on the show. Very brutal and harsh truths. So that is the, see what the chats are. That is the breakdown of this girl. I actually agree with her. I'm curious to see, is she grifting hard? She's probably grifting like crazy. Let's see. Guys, any girl on social media like this, huge problem, obviously. Yeah, it's probably a grift, but I do agree with her message on that. Okay, let's get into this video.
Someone who wants all the benefits of having you in their life, but none of the responsibility that...
Hold up. Hold up.
that comes with it. That get attached.
All right.
The worst person to get attached to is someone who wants all the benefits of having you in their life, but none of the responsibility that comes with it. They don't want a real commitment, but they don't want to let you go either. That's a dangerous place to be. They'll keep taking what you give, your time, your energy, your support, your loyalty, but they'll never give you the relationship you're hoping for. If they wanted to, they would have by now. So the truth is, they know your value. That's exactly why they keep you around. They don't want to build a future with you, but they don't want someone else to have what they're benefiting from either.
Nope.
And that's when you have to be honest with yourself. Stop listening to their words and start looking at their actions. Because if they're not giving you what you deserve now, they never will.
Very well said. I agree with this to a T. This is applicable if you're a woman out there, if you're a guy out there. I've dealt with this a lot in the last year, when I think about friendships, romantic relationships, business, a bunch of things happening in my life. You can only pour into someone's cup so much before they're even noticing that the cup is overfilling. So this took me, when we started this show back in 20, I wouldn't have even had the ability to speak like this. I don't think I realized this until I was about 26, 27 years old. Took me a long time. Because I was always the guy that, like, if you need something, you call me, I got you. You need money, I got you. Which I shouldn't even be saying that. I want you guys to think I'm poor, by the way. I really need to start, like, just going down that route. But for all intents and purposes, I'm always the type of guy that's been very reliable. So when I've had people in my life, and I know you guys deal with this too, that say certain things when you didn't do them dirty or you didn't do anything wrong to them or you thought that they were good, it is very oddly surprising because in your brain you're thinking, oh, no, I would pour into you more. And if you ever got into trouble, I'd bail you out. If you ever had an issue financially, I would help you. And I've done that for people before. And I don't have a problem doing it. It's not with strings attached as much as the haters want you to believe shit like that. But yeah, this is very, very useful, this video. It's not even just talking about romantic relationship, but like friendships. Man, this is shit that unfortunately you just guys have to live life this way, live it through. But I can definitely teach a crash course on how to go about certain things with certain people. And it is so weird how when you stop being the doormat for so many people for so long, you then turn into, oh, he's an asshole. Which, by the way, women like that shit. Just saying. And I'm not saying that because I'm doing that for women, right? But that you being an asshole, when people call you that, translation, you now have what most people fail to have, which is a shit ton of self-respect. That's a great breakdown. That guy did a really good job, and I want to show you guys that today before we get into this Tate stuff. So we covered, what's her name? Dumb and Dumber, one of the Dumb and Dumber twins.
Stupid.
We covered her, how stupid that was. We just covered that last video on celebrity crushes, this video, and we are going to, let's see here. What do you guys want right now? We're going to go for the rest of this to Tate, rest of the interview, and then we have this 1 anti-manosphere versus 20 manosphere, which I don't know if we'll watch the full thing. It's an hour. But I want to debunk this. There's going to be a lot of pausing. So what do I want to get into? Let's just watch this Tate shit really quickly. I want to see. This was yesterday from the lawyers. So let's see.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today went as expected. There was never going to be any fireworks today. Today wasn't about controversy. Today was about just enforcing Mr. Tate's, Andrew and Tristan Tate's rights and objecting to the extradition process. We are, of course, objecting to extradition because Andrew and Tristan are innocent. They've never done nothing wrong. They shouldn't be extradited for crimes they did not commit. They're entitled to have their day of court that we've been litigating the case for 3 years in Palm Beach County in Florida. So we're fighting extradition. We've assembled a team here. These are from the Roy Black's prestigious firm. The Honorable and since passed on Roy Black, he's a legend, and they're here. They have joined our team. We have a competent team. We have a wonderful team. We're looking forward to getting the best possible result under the sun. Proceedings have now started in this courtroom, so I am less liberal with what I'm able to say. But if you have any questions for me, I'll do my best to answer them in a way that's respectful of your time, of our time, and of the court processes.
The court really acknowledged that the brothers.
Go ahead.
They acknowledged in court that the brothers reviewed the complaint and you were with them. Could you explain their first reaction to these allegations?
The allegations, their first reaction to the allegations is the first reaction that any innocent man or woman would have. It's garbage. It's a stitch-up job. They're after us to punish us with the process. The process is the punishment. When you drag somebody's name.
By the way, guys, this is the Tate's lawyer right here. This guy with the glasses in the middle. Hopefully you guys can see with my mouse. Maybe not. So this guy, and this is the rest of the legal team. And then off to the left of this guy in the glasses is a guy named Justin Waller, very close with Andrew and Tristan. He's been by their side for a long time. Similar space. He's kind of been around, been a part of Red Pill content for a long time. But, yeah, this shit's just fucking nuts, man. We covered this yesterday, but, man, I'll get into my take in a second.
Through the media, when you slander them, when you defame them, when you accuse them of heinous and terrible allegations, the process becomes the punishment until you can clear your name. They've been clearing their names domestically and abroad for years. This is just the next logical conclusion in that situation. Keir Starmer just retired or is retiring. I'm sure he's mad that Andrew and Tristan Tate had a lot to do with his fall in Great Britain. And there's a new guy in there right now. But this is the last vestige of attack of a prime minister who didn't do a good job, and he continues to do bad work, and I'll just leave it there. Innocent until proven guilty. We're going to let the court process play out here the way that it should. We're happy to be here.
Mr. McBride, the U.S.-UK treaty allows an exception for extradition if the charges are politically motivated.
Right.
You're saying it's
politically motivated? I think any one of these trees, any one of these rocks could answer that question. Yes, it's politically motivated. There's no question about it. These guys went to D.C. to exercise their First Amendment rights. They met with members of Congress as private citizens. They met with friends in Washington, D.C. They walked the grounds of the Capitol, and 3 days later, they're in the jumpsuit. You do the math.
And that's the tool that you're going to use to get them free.
We have many tools. One of the ways that we'll argue, I'm not going to give away our entire arguments here, but we're certainly going to say that there are special circumstances. We're certainly going to use a totality of the circumstances argument, and that will be one of the things that we argue for certain.
Mr. McBride?
Yes, sir.
Ultimately, if the legal process goes towards extradition, it will be up to the Trump administration and the Secretary of State to decide to sign off on extradition. What do you believe the administration is seeing about this case?
Well, I appreciate your question. I see where you're going with it. You're fast forwarding to the end of the process. What's important to do now is focus on what's here and now, what's before us. We have to go in there. We have a conference coming up in a few days. We're going to set a briefing schedule. We'll make our arguments before the court. We'll see what this judge does. I don't want to make political statements about the administration when right now that's the executive branch and we're here in front of the judicial branch. And I want to be mindful and respectful of the people that we're in front of here.
But do you believe your clients have support?
I believe that my clients have support from every person who's a reasonably minded person, whether they're in the United States or abroad, elected or not elected. Everybody knows that Andrew and Tristan Tate are innocent. Yes.
And guys, like we talked about this yesterday. Some of you may have not seen it. You're probably here today or you're catching the most recent one. As you guys know, this has been, and a lot of these charges have been, at least out of the UK, on the books for a minute. They just racketed up more serious charges so the United States would look at it and be like, oh shit, we got to do something. And yeah, they went and got them. They are, I think the marshals got them, U.S. Marshals got them. And they had a hearing, I believe, 2 days ago or something like that. And they said that they were not going to be back in court until the 27th, so like 5-ish days from now. And yeah, man, they're fighting this extradition stuff. It's crazy, man. Like you can, I mean, it's a different country, so it's out of the UK. But it's crazy how if you have a lot of influence and you speak about topics that they don't want you to speak about because they don't want you educating a lot of people about how the world really works, there's a process. We saw it yesterday in the Jack Neal interview. We'll go back into that here in a second. Want to finish that off. But yeah, this is a little bit not good, you know. Like it's I have a whole take on this, but we'll finish the rest of this.
I was listening to your interview earlier this morning.
It's okay.
It looks like you're positioning the charges within the framework of being politically motivated, but the charges themselves don't seem to have an intersection with politics. Can you flesh that a little bit more while you're
By the way, guys,
Sure.
this is Justin Waller right here on the left in the brown suit, sunglasses, blue shirt, very close friend of Andrew and Tristan.
You don't have to have an intersection between politics and criminal charges for there to be a stitch-up job here. The man.
By the way, I'm not sure. Does he have? I don't know. I'm wondering if he has any sort. He has to. He's standing up there with them. I'm wondering if he has any sort of legal background. I know that he is in construction, but I don't know. Unless he's just standing up there as like one of their friends. I don't know.
That I voted for office, who's currently in office, had millions of charges
It's
slandered
actually
against him
important
all over
part, guys.
between politics and criminal charges for there to be a stitch-up job here. The man that I voted for office, who's currently in office, had millions of charges slandered against him all over the place. Some of them he beat, some of them he didn't beat. Most people who understand the process know that that was a load of crap. Most people who see this for what it is know that it is the same exact thing. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Right, there were multiple women who claim that they were victims of the case. Are you saying that those women are politically motivated?
I'm not going to comment as to the women in any case. What I can say is that we have a defamation lawsuit against a false accuser that we're litigating successfully.
And guys, another thing too, and I want you guys to make note of this as well, for those of you that are new here and haven't seen this. They're not being charged with anything in the United States as of the moment. These charges are coming from a completely different country, different continent, etc. The U.S., because they have a working relationship with the U.K., and the Tates were in the U.S. at the time and needed to be extradited to the U.K., they took the responsibility because they saw charges, right, that look bad. I believe there's 38 of them. That's a lot. And they had to go get them and make sure they're detained and then figure out what they're going to do. But that's very important for you guys to understand, is that they're not being charged with anything in the United States. I read through the whole entire criminal complaint, everything. There is no sort of charges coming out of the United States. So that's important for you guys to know too.
In Palm Beach County, that case is getting ready to go to trial.
And the other
what
thing
I can
too.
say about the
Stop the show. So I don't know. Some of you may not be as educated on this. It's tough because there's new information coming out every day. But this accuser that they're talking about, there was, I believe, one for sure, 2 girls that, of course, falsely accused Andrew, Tristan, the whole, Tate empire of doing some bad things. And it was proven that they were not being truthful about it. And I believe that they're in civil court right now litigating. I don't know if he's going to cover this, but I believe that's what is going on. So right then and there, already off the fact that there's false accusers.
allegations in the United Kingdom, not a single solitary person has been identified. These are ghosts and these are phantoms. So we'd like to know who's accused Andrew and Tristan of what, and if we get there, then I can give you a reasonable-minded and intelligent comment about the potential allegations that come from these ladies.
One last point of clarification. In the interview this morning I listened to, you talked about your efforts kind of forecasting how you plan to fight this if it doesn't go your way, and you said, I will appeal all the way to the top of the food chain. Was that a reference to the President Donald Trump?
That was a reference to the Supreme Court. This is the judicial process. The top of the food chain is Clarence Thomas and the 8 other justices that abide there.
Mr. McBride, just I missed it at the beginning. What was their initial reaction when when the brothers were picked up?
Their initial reaction was, "What's going on?" We've been, in the United States, hanging out on multiple trips for a very long time. We haven't been accused of anything of substance here. We're American citizens. We operate freely. We operate as law-abiding people. We went to see our Congress people in D.C. and now we're getting arrested. This feels political, and they, of course, they didn't like it. No innocent man likes getting taken to jail. It's a horrible situation, but we're going to do everything that we can do with this wonderful team that we've assembled here to get them out.
Counsel, what is their home residence? Is it Miami, a different state? Where are they called?
Rob, we're trying to figure that out right now. Andrew and Tristan are citizens of the world. I think it's on public record that they've been in between Dubai and Romania for some years, and we will sort the rest of that out in due course.
Just for clarity purposes, the judge mentioned that this wasn't a criminal proceeding, but the extradition process hasn't begun. Where are we now, just legally, clarity-wise?
So yeah, this is not a criminal proceeding, and what the judge was talking about is that the Bail Reform Act isn't the operative law here. We're looking at the extradition process. This is the first small step in that process. There's a lawyers-only conference coming up in a few days. Our legal team will talk to the government will talk to our team, we'll converse with the judge, we'll set a briefing schedule for substantive arguments to be made at some point in the future.
You also posted on X about solitary confinement. Could you touch on that?
Yes, solitary confinement is torture. When you look at the international law on it, the Nelson Mandela rules, the Geneva Conventions, solitary confinement is outlawed. Prolonged solitary in 16 different states. It is defined as captivity of a human being for 22 hours or more a day in a cell. Prolonged solitary confinement is universally condemned around the world as universal as torture, as a human rights violation. So anytime you keep somebody in solitary confinement, what you're doing is you're keeping them there to break their spirit, to break their soul, and to break the psychology of the mind. It is an egregious misuse of the judicial system. And by the way, Andrew and Tristan have not been convicted of any crime.
That's also
the Fifth Amendment of the United States protects them. It's not the standard of cruel and unusual punishment that the Eighth Amendment gives. It is the Fifth Amendment person. No innocent person can be punished while they're being held for any proceeding. Innocent and proven guilty, solitary confinement is punishment. It should not happen. My understanding is we're working to get them out of there as soon as possible, but if they're left in there for reasons that we won't be able to talk about right now, I'll be sure to let you know in my Twitter post. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you all. God bless Andrew and Tristan Tate. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you in a few weeks.
All right, guys. So that was I think it was yesterday, downtown Miami, right outside of the courthouse. They were going over what kind of happened, what's they're expecting to come. Again, they're going to be on trial, and I think, or not trial, but they're going to see a judge in 5 days and figure out this whole extradition shit because it's not good, man. It's definitely not good at all. So we shall see. But at least that from what he said, they're in solitary. And the way that jail is set up where they're at, it is dangerous, bro. That jail that they're at, it is infested with gang violence. And I know most jails are. This jail that they're at, it's good at least that they're in solitary. Now, they shouldn't be because, as he was saying, it is cruel and unusual punishment. That's bullshit, especially when they're innocent, and you're innocent until proven guilty, right, in this country. So, and I know that these are not charges here. They're just kind of doing the workings of the UK, but also at the same time, we can just tell them to fuck off. So, who knows? I know that Andrew has spoken with Barron before, Barron Trump, from what he has said. And hopefully that gets up the, food chain. And he sees that and he talks to his dad about it. And maybe can make something happen and pardon them. So who knows? Or at least not pardon them, but not extradite them. But even if they don't extradite, that gives them 2 years to figure out a play of where they can go to where they know the UK is not going to come after them. Because that's the main thing. I believe in Romania and in the UAE, they weren't going to do extradition. Like, they weren't going to make it as easy, versus as the United States, for some reason, it's seen as pretty easy. So, yeah, guys, this is going to get interesting. We won't know for about 5 days, so I want to cover that. All right. This is going to get interesting. Okay. I don't want to watch that right now. All right. All right, guys, let's cover this video really quick. This is a channel that I've watched before. This is Dr. John Deloney. I think he's very smart. He's intelligent. He's obviously been in the space for a long time. He has more of the psychological lens at understanding people and relationships and things like that. This is a video of a caller saying how his wife asked him to move out. Now,
that was easy
for her, but it's a massive L for him.
Fatality.
The fact that you're in a position where the wife is asking you to move out, what is going on? And again, guys, this is the problem in the West, in America, with, I'm assuming they're married, we'll watch it in a second, but if, let's just say, and this is why, and I'm going to get into this right now. So this is why a lot of men are just not getting married anymore. I mean, the data proves it. The statistics are there. The studies are there. 60% of Gen Z men have left the dating marketplace because of how insufferable a lot of just women are in dealing with it is. It's just stupid. So unless you find the right girl in the right pocket, which that's very few and far between, quite literally a needle in the haystack. But the reason why men are not getting married now is because until they change the marriage law here in America, there is not one, and I mean one, incentive for a man to get married via the state. Now, if you want to get married through your religion, whether you're Jewish, you practice Islam, you're a Muslim, you are Christian, whatever you are, Orthodox, Greek, whatever, you do it through your church, but you don't do it through the state, you're good. Or at least you're much better off versus doing it through the state. Because here's what happens. And a lot of you guys that are in your 20s and 30s never really heard this or know about this. So let me give you a quick little breakdown and summary of it. Because I've been reading about this for a long time. I understand this at a very innate level. But let me keep this at a very high level, meaning very broad, very good overview. So let's just, for all intents and purposes, I'm trying to find a funny fucking sound. All right, so you're a guy. You're in America right now. You really like a girl. You want to get married to her. You don't ever think of doomsday. You don't ever think of anything that could ever possibly go wrong. Fair, right? It is, and I remember, at times when you're younger, having that feeling. But as you get older, obviously you mature, you deal with enough people, and you're like, all right, I need to have some level of like insurance here, safety nets, etc. And you realize, and we're going to get into this video here of this guy who his wife asked him to move out of the house. The reason I'm talking about this is because imagine you're the guy. You work, you provide, you're there to protect her. He's probably making more money than her just on average, right? We look at the data. This is a generalization. Don't get triggered, just the truth. And this guy, regardless if she cheated or he did something or whatnot, she's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm out. They probably settled on him getting kicked out of this house because he didn't want to deal with all of the civil ramifications that are going to come with this. Because here's the deal, guys. In America, a girl at any point in time is incentivized to leave you. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Oh my God, Ann, who messed you up? Who hurt you? Oh my gosh. They're incentivized to leave you because all their favorite influencers tell them to do this. Everybody on social media talks about how cool it is. And misery loves company. But ultimately, it's, for the most part, for most of you, if you do it through the state, the odds are not in your favor. It's not a good thing. So when said people, women, are incentivized to leave you, as I mentioned earlier, they're not going to do what is required to keep you. So when they're just like, you know what, I'm good, I'm done, all of a sudden, you got to keep basically giving her the same lifestyle. If you do it through the state legally, and you do it through like a legal process versus just like a church, you should just do it through the church. But let's just say you do it like through the state process, all the legal shit, right? You can't stop working as a guy. You still have to give her the same lifestyle in a lot of cases. In a lot of cases, you're going to still have to pay child support, alimony, etc. All this goes to women, by the way. And she could go out there and cheat on you. So wait a minute. Hold up. So you're telling me we're in a country where she can go out there and do XYZ things that are terrible. And I'm not saying that this girl did this and what we're about to watch in this video that we're going to watch. But what I am saying is that how is that even 1% fair? It's not. There is quite literally no benefit to doing that as a man. I would actually argue there is 1,000% risk, 0% benefit to doing it through the state versus doing it through the church. You do it through the church, fantastic. That's awesome. But here's another thing too. If the girl, and you're having conversations about this, you got to talk about this early on, she gets kind of like weary about, oh, why don't you want to do it through the state? Don't you trust me? Yeah, bro, that's what we call nope. And probably
She belongs to the streets.
Sorry, guys, checking the chat. So yeah, there's not really an incentive as a guy to do it through like the state or to do it through like there's no point because they're incentivized to leave you. You as a guy can't stop doing your daily tasks, daily things, etc. Because if you do, I mean, you're going to jail. Like they're going to come after you legally. So until they change the marriage laws here in America, I don't see many men seeing the benefit to getting married through the state. Now, through the church, awesome. But that's a conversation that a lot of you, no one ever talks to you about this. Your father doesn't speak to you about this, your uncle, because they got married and met their partners or women during a different era when they didn't have to worry about all these other safety nets that you have to have in place. So, yeah, let's get into this. That's my little rant on that. But some women are going to be like, oh my God, Aunt, that's so messed up. Who hurt you? It's like, look, you can still get married. You do it through your church. Awesome. You still have a ceremony. You still have your, whatever you're going to do, right? But there is, and none of you haters, by the way, that are out there watching this, you can't name me one. I'll wait. You can't name me one benefit that a man gets from marrying through the state. The women get all the benefits. And the marriage laws today are still operating as if we're in 1961. That's the issue. Even though they've kind of changed a little bit and updated and revised, they're still on the foundation and the premise of the 60s and 1970s. We're in 2026. So, yeah, it needs to change. Otherwise, this drop-off is just going to continue to happen. And as I said, 60% of Gen Z men have just completely left the marketplace because, well, I mean, look, there's a lot of good reason for that too. So let's get into this. All right, let's break this down.
Brought to you by Together, my daily marriage app.
Guys, oh, fuck. I gotta get off YouTube. Fuck. All right, guys. If you're on YouTube, come over to kick.com/Standin On Pod. I can't cover this on YouTube. They're going to nail me with copyright. Hopefully Kick doesn't, but YouTube definitely will. So come over to kick.com/Standin On Pod. We're going to cover this really quickly, this thing with John Deloney, this call about the woman kicking her guy out of the house. And then we're going to do the 20v1 Manosphere debate that Jubilee did. So, guys, come on over. Come over to kick.com/Standin On Pod. The YouTube stream is going down now. If you're watching on YouTube as a playback or whatnot, just try and find, it'll be the same title on Kick. Kick is the home base of Standin On Pod when we stream. It is the uncensored platform where I can kind of just let loose and things like that. But yeah, I'm really glad I picked that up because otherwise I would have been cooked. Anyway, come on over to kick.com/Standin On Pod. YouTube stream is going down now.